Hey, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr., and this is the real news behind the news. Yeah, today is a very, I say chilly, Monday, January 2020, here in Shreveport, Louisiana, y'all, and all across America. Today we're celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday. You know, his birthday was a couple of days ago. I forget he was born in January. I forget the exact day, but that's neither here nor there. But I want to talk about something very important that black people need to understand. Something that Dr. King himself said right before he was assassinated, because it has been proven that the government was behind his death. You know, his family back in a couple of years ago won a lawsuit against the government, saying that citing that the government was instrumental in Dr. King's death. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Now we as black people, we had a lot of things that we've been through here in America that we could say probably was worse than the other things that we've been through. But I'm gonna give y'all some real game. What do you all think the worst thing that ever happened to black people here in America? And it's pretty much the cause of our condition today. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people in America. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., right before he was assassinated, said, "I'm afraid that I've integrated my people into a burning house." Notice this, man. Back in the day, now I know pretty much everybody know about Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna lead up to that, but let me show you where it happened. After slavery, after chattel slavery, when we was treated like dogs, we was literally standing on the auction block next to chickens, cows, pigs, and horses. They was auctioning us off like animals. So chattel slavery is literally probably the most brutal episode in black history here in America. Now, after chattel slavery, they freed the slaves. The slaves went out, and most of them lived as sharecroppers. You know, pretty much basically working on the same land that they had got freed from, you know, for a few dollars here and there. Basically, it was still slavery. Now, you come up through the Jim Crow era, where blacks were not allowed to basically visit the same same places as other races were, the white people. I'm just keep it real. Now again, there's nothing racist about me myself, but I do love my people, and I do understand the history of our people in this country. All right, now during the Jim Crow, black people had to come together and live together in their own communities, meaning they created their own stores. They created their own banks. They created their own education system. As long as black people were gathered together and providing for ourselves, we had economic wealth, y'all. That's what happened with Black Wall Street. The reason why they basically sabotaged and destroyed Black Wall Street twice, because you got to realize after they came in the first time and wiped it out, they came back and rebuilt. But you got to realize, those black people in Black Wall Street created their own community, their own economic base. Because we couldn't go to the white folk stores. We couldn't go to their stores. So what we did, we came together. Mr. Johnson probably came up with enough money. He opened up a little store, you know what I'm saying? And as things grew, business got better. Mr. Johnson opened up a bank, but he was dealing with his own people. Now, here we come, fast forward to the civil rights movement. We want to be integrated. And you know what the white people said? Okay, yeah, because they're spending, back in them days, we just gonna say, they're spending about $1 billion a year amongst themselves. Why can't we get some of that money? So, thanks to Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and other people, the civil rights movement gave us, I guess you could say, civil rights as a human being. We were actually at that point, we was actually acknowledged as being human beings. Because before then, we was less than 4/5 of a human. I mean, we was less than 4/5 of a human. We put it like this: we were 1/5 of a human. That's what they considered us. So now, here we go. We want to get into them white schools. We want our kids to go to the good schools. Well, what happened to all them black people that educated themselves through Tuskegee and all these historical black colleges? When we had to educate ourselves, we did a great job of it, y'all. We educated ourselves very well. But now we want to be integrated. We want to go to their schools. We no longer want to go and spend our money with Mr. Johnson, who has the neighborhood store. We want to go to Walmart. Back then, Walmart wasn't there, but I'm just saying, we wanted to go and spend our money on the same products that a black man was selling, but now it's better we can go to a white man. Because the white man going to give us what? Credit? He going to have more shiny stuff inside of his store, so we going to go spend our money. Let me give y'all some real game. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. preached nonviolence. Malcolm X preached an eye for an eye. You kill my dog, I'm going to kill your cat. But guess what? Your government didn't care about Martin's nonviolence and Malcolm X's violence, because guess what? At any given time, they own the military. They own your police. So they was able to deal with them at any time they wanted to. But you know what actually got Martin Luther King murdered, assassinated? What got Malcolm X assassinated? They started to come together right before both of them died, and they started to preach economic independence for black people. Segregation. Now, when I talk about segregation, I'm not just talking about we want our own land and can't nobody come here. We want to do for us. We want everything for us to be produced by us and consumed by us. You see what I'm saying? As long as Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was preaching nonviolence and violence, they didn't care. Again, they didn't care. When they start preaching economic independence from this system, that's when they got killed. That's when they got dealt with. Do you realize the amounts of money that black people spend every year? We're the biggest consumers in America. Man, you just think about it. Black women spend over $20 billion a year just on hair. Another $2 million, $200 million just on Air Jordans. Go ahead and do the research, do the numbers. We spend more money on bullshit than anybody else in this planet. But if you ever notice, every other race, they take care of themselves. Think about it. When you see them Koreans in your neighborhood or all these other people from other countries in your neighborhoods, opening up all the stores, taking in thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars every week out your neighborhood, get what they do. They go home at the end of the day, which is not in your neighborhood. They are segregated themselves. The only time they come to our neighborhood when they come to extract money out of our neighborhood. Here in Freeport, Louisiana, Caddo Parish, we got almost, I'll just say 100 schools. The majority of our schools here are black, all black, and they're failing. We got three high schools around here that's supposed to be elite. Bird, Captain Shreve, and Magnet. Southwood. Them kids don't even have to wear a uniform, but our kids have to wear a uniform. You see what I'm saying? Those schools are so-called elite, but guess what? Back in the day, when we educated ourselves, we were putting out doctors, lawyers, scientists, philosophers, and other types of scholars. We educated ourselves, and we prepared our children, for the real world. Today, our kids are getting subpar education. They're in a lot of our neighborhoods, they don't have grocery stores. They call a food desert. They don't have banks. That's called a banking desert. Literally, they are, I guess you could say, they're literally sucking the life out of our community. You know why? They ain't really got to suck the life out because we give them all our money, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gentrifying our neighborhoods because they want us to leave our predominantly black neighborhood. Then they take them over and gentrify them And then they make nice little pretty malls and stuff that a lot of time we can't even go in and afford the stuff that's in there. So on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, well, we celebrated today, I thought I'd bring this message for y'all, to you all. Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people outside of chattel slavery. Because once we integrated with them, we no longer looked out for ourselves and we no longer able to take care of ourselves. We did not have an economic power base. We in the black community, we do not have an economic power structure. And that was deliberately done by design with the help of integration. So, hey, man, I thank y'all for all y'all support, man. Keep hitting that thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, hit the thumb down. Most importantly, make sure you stay subscribed. We're still trying to get YouTube to... We're trying to still figure out why YouTube is not letting us go live on a mobile device. Since I don't have a laptop or a desktop, I'm having to wait for YouTube to allow us to go live on my mobile device, my broke phone. You know, hey, y'all can make a donation of a laptop to our cause if you can. If you got an extra one laying around the house, preferably Windows 7, get in touch with me. Leave a comment, and I'll drop some information where you can donate it to us, man. Because the better quality equipment and material we get, the better quality of show we'll be able to do. But either way it go, the show must go on, and the truth must be told. So y'all subscribe, man. And until y'all hear my voice on another one of these videos, y'all be blessed.